let's talk about how to find data using online sources. So this slide right here is part of the example of the cardiovascular project for you to do for the P-Tech students. It's a slide over Lisinopril. So Lisinopril is one of the types of drug treatments that you can use for high blood pressure. For the study, you need to find some data with some decent sample sizes, which would usually be over 400, and is over 400 on these, so this is a good source. Now, to find these kinds of resources, here's where you can go. First, you want to find the name of the treatment or the device that you're researching, whatever you're researching, and then you'll type that in. Now, you also, a good source could be Access Data FDA. So you go to the FDA website and then find the one that says Lisinopril. Once we click on the page, it'll take us to a PDF file that has warnings, descriptions, and other information about it. So you can read through this information, or you can just find the data and then look at the information as needed. So when we get down here, this is the data. It has taking the medicine by itself, taking it with another prescription, and then the placebo, which is the participants think they're taking the medicine, but it's actually just a filler that has nothing in it. Now, from there, it has a bunch of different side effects and the percent of the people that reported that took the medication. And so from there, you would just use that information and then gather conclusions based on that. What are the most common side effects from the data? What would not be a common side effect? Now, for the study sample size, we will see the total population that has the high blood pressure. And if we look at the CDC, it says that nearly half of the adults in the United States, about 116 million, have high blood pressure. So that's where we get that number for the calculator. So when we plug that in with a 5% sampling error, we should have a sample size of at least 400 people. Now, if you want the sampling error to be smaller, you would need more people. So like, for example, if you want a 1% sampling error, that'd be 10,000 people. But that wouldn't be realistic because that would require a lot more funding and a lot more participants. Now, if you were to make it 10% sampling error, you'd only need 100 people. It's not really advisable to go above 10% sampling error. So if you find any studies that's less than 100, if you have this kind of population, look for a different study to look at and analyze.